Welcome to this short demonstration of SataCrop. SataCrop is a web-based map that anyone can access to identify where agricultural crops are located to help mitigate the risks of spray drift. My name is Ben Borton and I work with PCT AgCloud with a focus on remote sensing, which includes SataMap and other projects such as SataCrop. Let's jump into this demonstration. So SataCrop has been designed to be simple and effective. Many users of SataCrop will just be observing the map and may use the GPS marker and potentially the distance measurement tool. I will show you quickly how these work and then move on to drawing in your own fields so they can be made publicly available. Finally, we will look at SataMap imagery that is now available and how to have a map of just your own fields that can be exported. So let's jump in and take a look at this map. When you come into SataCrop, you'll see on the left hand side here a panel that has various options. And the main one that's available when you first open up has a list of growing regions and then seasons, and below here is crops. So just quickly, if you wanted to fly to Emerald, you just click Emerald and it will take you straight there. Fly back to Moree, takes you back to the Moree area. Here we have seasons, so some people may choose to add in data for the coming seasons and then future ones as well, and that's how you can just change the crops that have data for those particular seasons. And then just here is a legend which shows what crops are represented by what colour. And also you can click on the field and it will tell you what crop has been mapped there as well. On the right hand side of the map, starting at the top, we have our zoom in and out. We have the GPS marker, so if you're on a phone or an iPad or something that has GPS available to the browser, you could press that and it would mark where you are located on the map. And down the bottom here we have this handy measurement tool. And I'll just show you how that works. You click on create a new measurement, click on the map once, click on it again, and it'll give you an approximate measurement of how far you are away between those 2 points. You can keep pressing and it will continue to create a path. And we can cancel that to get rid of it. So that's how simple it is to sort of visit SataCrop and have a look at where these crops are located. If you're a grower and you want to map your crops on SataCrop, what you do is you contact us and get a login. And once you have some login details, on this left hand side here, the little man, you click on it and you log in with your username and password. So I'll log in now with a demonstration account, and immediately when it logs in it takes me to the paddocks that this account had mapped previously, and you can see here these are my paddocks here, and I can click on the little markers and I can view and modify the information. But what we're going to do now is take a step back and actually add a crop into the system. So now that we've logged in, you may notice on the right hand side here we have an extra little tool which allows us to draw a polygon. And whilst you can draw your polygons in on an iPad, that works quite well, and maybe even a phone, it's as you can imagine, it's probably easier to do it on a computer with a mouse, but it's up to you. So if you wanted to draw a field in, it's just a matter of panning to that on the map, having it nice and central so you can see the whole field on your screen. Click on the Polygon tool here and start drawing it in. Just click like this. And then you just click on the first point to close polygon, and it brings you up this little balloon here that asks, is the polygon extent correct? Yes to proceed and save. If you think it's not quite right, you can click on no, And you can actually modify that polygon if you want to, and then press save and it asks you that question again. So we'll click on yes and proceed. If you see that the little bubble goes off the map a bit, you can just grab the map and drag it down so you can see this white bubble. So we have, you're asked for a bit more information about the field now. So the crop type, so cotton, variety, the season, and the label. So the label will be only available to you. Other people won't see the label, but other people will see the crop type. So we'll label, we might just put the field name in. Click this little button which says allow to be publicly displayed on SataCrop. Click on add. Now that field is available in SataCrop for everyone to see. And if you want to add or remove information, you can click on that field, add season data. So if you want to add in the crop that's going to be grown there in the season 1920, you can do that as well. And you can also discard all data for this field. So we might modify this field and discard all data for that field, which means it will be taken from the system completely with no memory of that field. And that's how easy it is to add a field into the system. Next up, we're going to look at the farm map feature and the SataMap imagery. So this little globe button here on the left is where you go to turn on the SataMap imagery. The default image on the background there is a higher resolution one, but it's generally not up to date. If you want up to date satellite imagery, it's going to come in through this SataMap imagery. So to load up the SataMap imagery, you click on what type of SataMap vegetation index layer you would like. Low biomass, equal or high. I won't go into much detail about what they are, but basically it's good to start with equal, and if you want more, to show more variability in a low biomass crop, you click low biomass. If you want to see more variability explained in a high biomass crop, then you click on high biomass. Click on the month and the year. In SataCrop, we'll be making one image available every month. Turn that on, and then there's the SataMap imagery. Not a lot going on in this part of the world at the moment, but if we pan over a bit further east, we can see some winter crops growing in some places. And you can toggle that on and off. The next thing we can do is toggle all the mapped fields on and off, because they get in the way of the SataMap imagery. And finally, what you can do is what we're going to do now is have a look at the farm map. The farm map basically turns off everyone else's fields, only leaves yours turned on, and makes them transparent so you can actually see through the field, whereas we had them coloured in before. and it gives you a field name, which is basically that label that we added earlier, and also an approximate area. And this is pretty handy if you wanted to say quickly generate a basic farm map, or you wanted to have a look at the SataMap imagery with the field boundaries still in place. One final thing I will show you is this quick little export tool here, which makes a image file that you can save on your phone or on your computer, so you can access it while it's offline or hasn't got access to the phone network. So you just click on that little button and it'll create a quick little image. See here that if you were on a phone, it would just ask you to save it onto your phone, and then it'll be available in your gallery, so you could look at later on, which is pretty handy if that's something you're interested in. So I hope this demonstration's been useful. Make sure you get in touch with me if you have any further questions or you come up against any little problems, and we hope that this tool can be really helpful and useful to many people. Thank you.